This AI clipping tool has completely changed the game for me, and you can do the same with it as well. Now, essentially what it does is a number of things. It adds captions, but it also takes long form videos and automatically turns them into short, ready to post clips, amongst other things. And that means that I don't need an expensive editing team anymore, and I can launch new TikTok pages and hit that 5,000 follower milestone really fast with almost no effort. I just clip content, I repurpose it, and then I watch the growth happen. It's a game changer. But it doesn't stop there. The tool now also includes AI-powered B-roll and smart clipping features as well. So instead of just adding captions to boost retention, it also layers relevant B-roll over slower sections. It introduces multi-screen layouts and uses other AI enhancements to keep viewers engaged and hooked longer. And the result, obviously, is that more engagement, it's more views, it's faster growth, more sales for you, depending on what you're using it for, more views, more, followers, all essentially on autopilot. So if you've wanted to use this for your own content, you would just paste your video, either the YouTube URL or upload the file from your local drive, and then it will turn that long form video into a bunch of shorter clips that you can post to your socials, right? So here we are on Submagic. This is what it is. Let me go back to the homepage here. As you can see here, we're going to click Get Magic Clips, and I've used this a ton, both for product videos, but also if we scroll back, you can also see I've used this for my own videos as well. It's stupidly easy to use, and it's gotten exponentially better since I started using it like a year and a half ago. I absolutely love it. So you can upload your local file, like I said, or you can simply paste in a YouTube URL if you're using it for your own personal brand, or obviously there's other functionalities of it, right? And that way, you don't need an expensive editor, right? You don't need an editing team. You don't need a team to clip your content that's going to charge you thousands of dollars a month. I've been there, I paid that, and this works essentially the same exact way for a fraction of the cost, right? And you're also not sacrificing quality either, like a lot of people would think. As you can see with some of the clips here that I took from, these videos, like, let me show you. This is a perfect example right here because I use this sometimes, obviously, to clip my own personal brand content and then post it to my own socials. But I also use it to grow TikTok pages to 5,000 followers. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But I also use it to actually add captions on top of some of my TikTok shop and TikTok affiliate videos, again, to increase viewer retention. And I've seen dramatic increases when I'm actually adding captions that are a little bit more engaging for the viewer. So here's a perfect example of one with literally, you can see the background of me like filming the actual video, and then it's got the pop-up captions on the screen. So let's watch it and I'll show you how much it improves the video.
For anyone making content on the go, everyday carry items like this are an absolute game changer. Now, this one looks small and it looks simple, but it's actually a full tripod that attaches to the back of your phone.
Right? Pretty simple, right? All it is me recording what the actual product is doing, and then I'm adding a voiceover over top of it. But that would, in and of itself, still work from time to time, but be a lot more boring than something with engaging pop-up captions like you're seeing here. Not only does it have like colorful pop-ups that keep audience retention, but it also is going to keep the viewer engaged with little pictures that are relevant, and also kind of add some different transitions and things on the screen to continue to grab their attention even in those lull moments, because that extra second, that extra millisecond, that extra 3 seconds potentially you can get on a video could be the difference, in this case for TikTok affiliate videos, between no sales or hundreds of sales on that specific video if you can get yours pushed more than other people, right? So let's finish this and I'll show you a little bit more what I'm talking about and how I use Submagic to grow TikTok pages, my own personal brand, and obviously, put captions on TikTok affiliate and TikTok shop videos.
Pop the legs out, and just like that, you've got a tripod ready for recording wherever you are. It's surprisingly flexible, and it's surprisingly, sturdy as well. You can bend the legs however you need it. You can clip it to all kinds of things, and it even has the MagSafe compatibility.
So you get the picture, right? It adds a little bit more retention, a little bit more interest for the viewer, and you are not sacrificing quality when you're clipping content as opposed to another editor. This is literally doing the same exact thing that somebody else would do in like Adobe Premiere Pro, but it's doing it automatically for you. But let's say you were trying to grow a page that you'd eventually turn into like a TikTok affiliate page, which is got to be one of the most common questions that I get on the regular. First, I would pick the most popular niches, right? So pick one of them and start there. There's a ton of interest in those topics already, and we know that. And you know that there's a lot of content and a lot of content creators within that niche. So I would go something, broad and popular to grow a page. For example, business or entrepreneurship or making money online, or health, wellness, fitness in some capacity, or love and relationships or sports, right? Obviously, there are a ton of other niches and a ton of other examples, but those are the few that pop into my mind that are always proven and always do well. So start there if you're a little, unsure about what to pick. Then you want to find a few influencers in that niche and start clipping their videos to post to your new page, right? This is going to help you gain a ton of views, a ton of followers, and a ton of momentum quickly because it's high quality content around a popular topic already with somebody that's already super recognizable, so people will naturally follow and engage with those videos. Now, I've done this over and over and over and over and over and over again to grow pages of 5,000 followers stupidly fast, and it works, okay? I always, when I talk about this, give the example of the Sam Sulek pages, right? Because he has one YouTube channel, and if you're unfamiliar with who he is, he's a fitness influencer that kind of blew up over the past few years. He's all over TikTok, even though he has one YouTube channel, right? And if you actually click on the pages as you're scrolling that are suggesting you Sam Sulek clips on TikTok or even on Instagram, rarely are they his actual page. 99% of the time, they're fan pages reposting clips of his videos, and that is just one example that pops in my mind, right? There are thousands, if not tens of thousands. Now, when I tell people to do this, right, when we're trying to grow a page to 5,000 followers using somebody else's content, typically I always get at least one or two people that push back and ask about copyright or running into any issues with that, and so I totally understand it. And so a few disclosures on that before I show you how to actually do it. It's very simple, especially with a software like Submagic. One, I'm just explaining what works for me, right? And quite frankly, a lot of other people as well, hence the Sam Sulek example, right? If you're uncomfortable with it, that's totally fine. Don't do it. I'm just sharing what works, okay? And secondly, most importantly, most big creators won't care. It's free branding at the end of the day, and it's free exposure for them without them having to actually pay somebody to clip their videos for them. And they would be dumb to have a problem with it. But if they do have a problem with it, or you do get a copyright warning on TikTok, for example, when you're uploading it, then that's totally fine, that isn't, in my experience, especially pretty rare on TikTok, but it does happen from time to time. Let's say if you try a bunch of different influencers, and one of them hits you with a copyright, then that's fine. Just move on to other popular creators. That's why I said pick broad ones that are already super popular, because there's a ton of different creators in that niche, right? It's no worries. It's not a big deal. And on top of that, understand that this is just a tactic to get you to 5,000 followers so you can then apply to the program, right? Once you get there, for TikTok affiliates specifically, or for whatever, if you're going to 10,000, stop there for whatever your purpose is, right? I typically say stop posting at that point when you get to your follower mark that you're trying to hit. And then you want to stop posting other people's content, apply to the program, and then once you're accepted, you can make all those videos private and then just start posting your own content, your own videos. That is the main and most important distinction, all right? A lot of people think that the whole goal here is to post these videos and like link products to them. Do not do that. That obviously is not what you want to do. Instead, what you want to do is you want to use it to get to that follower mark, then stop, make them private once you're accepted, all right? So here's exactly how you can use this software. It is ridiculously easy, and if you do decide that you want to try it out, you can also do so completely free through the link in the description below. And if you decide to stick with it, you can use the code GARA to save 10% off from there, okay? I love this software. I've been using it for a long time, as I showed you, all right? So I've showed you the example of me using it for TikTok videos, but if we just go back to the main homepage here, one of the easiest ways that you can use this is to clip other people's content, like I said. So let's go to Sam Sulek as an example, or you know what, let's do Gary Vee. So if we went to Gary Vee's page here, we could take his longer videos. Let's take one that's not super long, because depending, like if you put like one that's like an hour and a half in here, it's going to take probably 15 minutes to short through and make all those clips. Whereas if you take one that's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes for the sake of saving you time on this video, obviously you might not get as many clips, but it won't take as long, right? So maybe it'll take 5 minutes and I can show you very quickly, right? So let's stop overthinking, just post. So let's take this one right here. It's about 15 minutes long. It's how to win in an AI world. Pretty relevant. We'll paste that one in there. And as you can see, it's letting you select the language, which is English. It's allowing you to set the clip duration. So if you want them super short, if you want them, a lot of people, especially when you're trying to grow certain things, like for example, I wouldn't recommend this, but like, let's say you were trying to clip your own content or something similar for a creator rewards program page, then obviously it'd be more advantageous to go 60 seconds to 89 seconds so that you can make sure that your clips are longer, right? So this is a really cool feature that allows you to set the clip duration. But in the beginning, when you're just trying to grow a page to 5,000 followers, for example, I always just keep it auto. Now you can also add the caption theme. So you can choose what you want your captions to look like, and you can kind of personalize it. So it's not just like everybody else's. You can kind of put your own spin on it. And I really like that. So with the last one, you saw me choose like Hormozy 4 with that last TikTok shop product example. But there's a bunch of them that are all really good here. But for the sake of keeping it similar, let's go Hormozy 4. And then obviously you want face tracking on in most cases, unless you're focused on like certain products or other things like that. You're probably going to want to keep face tracking on if you're showing somebody talking in the videos and you're clipping for that reason. Then you just hit get viral clips. And depending on how long the video, it could take 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes to then formulate all your clips, which will then pop up here and you can download them, or you can link up to your TikTok or your Instagram or wherever and directly post them all from within here, which I absolutely love, right? So the cool thing about this is not only does it do the magic clips, not only will it generate captions like I showed you, you can put a video in there and it will auto-generate the captions for you, but it also does a number of other things. It's translating. It also is going to add B-rolls as well. So with the magic clips, you'll see like once we go in and edit that, you can add AI B-roll on top of it, and there's a number of different things in their library, AI B-roll wise. So they have really improved a ton and come a long way since just generating captions, which like a year and a half ago when I first started using this software, they mainly just generated captions, but now they do a ton of different things on top of that, all right? So this is literally the software that I use myself, obviously not to just grow pages to 5,000 followers for TikTok affiliates, but also in my own business as well. You can see I've clipped, other longer form of my own videos as well, right? And you could do that with yours too. You just go to Magic Clips. For me, as an example, if I just go to my channel, let's say for my personal brand, I wanted to clip this long YouTube video. I don't want to pay an editor for it. I would just take the URL of it, and then I could put it into Magic Clips here, paste the URL, and then again, select the language, the clip duration, the theme for the actual captions, and then click Get Viral Clips, right? And then it would clip my video down into shorter segments, which I could then post to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, like you name it. And that's an easy way to also grow your personal brand with, again, not having to pay an editor or an editing team. I used to spend like $3,000 a month trying to pay an editor, and they did a great job. I've actually had a bunch of different like short clip editors, but realistically, like you can get the same rough job done with an AI software like this for 30, 40 bucks a month rather than paying $1,000 or $3,000 even a month to an editing team, right? This thing's amazing. I absolutely love it. Again, there's a link in the description if you want to try it completely free, and you can use code GARA to save 10% off from there if you want to stick with it. All right, so it looks like in about 5 minutes, it clipped that Gary V thing down from 15 minutes to 25 different clips it gave us. So we click into that and we can edit all those different clips and see what it kind of generated for us. As you can see, it's got a bunch of them here. And not only does it have the clips and it caption them, it also gives you the title, a description, and some tags that you can use to post. So even if you linked like your actual TikTok or whatever, it would just post that automatically with that already, right? It also gives it a relevancy score and like a virality potential score. So this one's 91, and then it goes down from there. But I wouldn't take that at face value. Like obviously, generally speaking, the top ones do typically end up performing better and kind of seem better. But I have had good ones like all the way towards the bottom, like that are like sometimes 60 and 70%, like or 75%. Like you think like, oh, why would I post this? Post it anyway. Sometimes those are the ones that actually work. So don't sell yourself short, right? But let's try and click one of them and see what it generated for us.
I was in a restaurant in New Orleans, and three or four people were sitting at a table next to me in their 60s or 70s, and one of them was explaining to the others why they need to use ChatGPT. And
so for this specific example, it clipped a little part, obviously, of him talking about a specific example of a restaurant with ChatGPT. But you can also see like the captions are kind of in front of his mouth here. So simple fix here, we just edit it, we drag the captions down very, very easily, right?
I was in a restaurant in New Orleans, and
so simple to do that. You just change the caption position here and you can drag it up and down. Let's mute this so we can see it. And as you can drag it down if you want to, I wouldn't drag it all the way down if you end up posting it to TikTok, but sometimes it's going to be at the top. Like sometimes you're going to want it closer to the top if you're showcasing like a product at the bottom or whatever the case is. But sometimes you're also going to want it closer to the bottom. So this slider allows you to adjust the height of it. You can also adjust the size of it as well if you want it to be a little bit smaller as well. And if you want to edit the captions, you can just click into edit captions and literally manually edit them. 99% of the time, it does a really great job at actually captioning it very well. Every once in a while, you'll notice that there's like one small thing off, but that's extremely rare. But if you ever want to edit the captions, you can go in and click edit captions, and then it can just manually do it yourself. But there you go. As you can see, let's play one more real really fast.
But life is gray as shit. It's so fucking nuanced. It's why everyone's on.
And again, for this one, you would just go in, you'd adjust the captions all the way down. So click edit. We'd come in, we'd change the caption position down a little bit, and let's play it. Now you can see it's literally down.
So fucking nuanced. It's why everyone's on tilt right now.
Correct.
It is not blue or red. It's open.
So as you can see, we drug it down and it's at the bottom so that when he talks, you can obviously read the captions and see him talking as well. And then if we like that, we would click export and then export it directly from there. Or you could also just go back to the main page here. And if you like it from here, you can click this little button and click download, or you can export it right there, right? So as always, guys, I'm just trying to share what works for me, the softwares that I'm using, the use cases for them, and how I'm using these to grow different aspects of my business. In this case, obviously, I'm using it to get pages to 5,000 followers really fast, very easily without an editing team. I love this feature of it. I'm also using it to clip my own personal brand products, my own personal brand videos, excuse me, so that, again, I don't need an editing team. And I've been using it a lot lately as well to caption different TikTok affiliate and TikTok shop videos to increase engagement. It works for all of those use cases. But again, this is just what works for me. So I really hope it helps.